Someone like Shalei Sims getting her doctorate in business means a tremendous amount. She becomes a role model, she becomes a mentor, she becomes a source of inspiration. The school that she's teaching at, Ramapo College, has a lot of students who are EOF students, Educational Opportunity Fund students. And here they're going to be taught by someone who has the highest degree one can earn, and yet their entire ambition perhaps was just to get into a college and then get out. And they're going to see someone who is really a model of what they can accomplish and what's available to them.
Every time I think about it, I'm just overwhelmed at the possibility that the stars could all align on such a long journey for this to happen. And it's really significant for me, it's significant for my family, and I'm very excited.
Well, it is very thrilling to us to have the 1,000th graduate of the Ph.D. program come from Rutgers Newark. Rutgers Newark, the most diverse university in America for 13 years in a row. And so what's more appropriate than this marvelous project, the Ph.D. project, bringing in underrepresented minorities into the teaching of business, where there is such a dearth of minority faculty. So I could not be more pleased. I'm very, very proud of our doctoral program, and this is just one more feather in the cap of Rutgers Newark.
Because even though it's 1,000 professors, this is nationwide, and there's still plenty of pockets where diversity is not touching them directly. And I think continuing the process of bringing diverse perspectives to the undergraduate and graduate academic environment allows people to, one, if you fall within a minority category, to see firsthand what can happen and what is capable. And the PhD project allowed me access to people who could really help me. I had to change programs, and it gave me the people, the information, the wherewithal to kind of get that process rolling so that I could change programs almost seamlessly and continue on with my studies. And if it wasn't for the project, that would not have happened at all, and this would not have happened.
You know, 15 years ago when we started, there were a lot of people who thought that this probably wouldn't work. There were roughly 294 minorities who had doctorates in business teaching in universities. So we knew it was a high risk, and we knew it was a program that was going to require a lot of investment of time and resources. And now to think that we're at 1,000 people out there. I remember former President Bush talking about 1,000 points of light. Well, we have our 1,000 torches of light now.
And just being able to bring a number of perspectives just as a working mother, so allowing them to understand what balance is, allowing them to have an idea of what's possible in the corporate environment, what type of things to expect, and to have a story behind just the theories that we provide also.
Then that's inspirational to our students. We still get a lot of first-time college students here. Mm-hmm. Only ones in their family who've been to college, and so it's so important for them to have what I call real role models. Mm-hmm. And a real role model is somebody that you can actually see yourself modeling yourself after. It's really important for students to see that women, particularly women of color, are right at the heart of business planning. Around the world, so many people don't complete their doctoral degrees, and you say to yourself, well, how could you go for years and not complete it?
Right.
And I think it's that feeling of sort of self-marginalization. Well, how much greater must that be if you come from a background where you really have no acquaintances or friends or family members who've gone through a similar experience?
Right.
That's why it's so important to have women of color in our professional schools, because they really do become role models, not just for young women, but also for young men. The PhD project is one example of an enterprise that is changing the landscape significantly. And it's really important that we maintain that momentum, because the future of this country depends on young men and women of all races, ethnicities, and backgrounds looking at college as potentially for them, and looking at higher education as potentially for them, because in a knowledge-based economy, we can't hope to be competitive worldwide unless we let everyone know that college is for them. Mm-hmm.